everybody, it's Paige Evans. I just finished another mini album. This one is about our day at Le Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy, France, using my new Turn the Page collection with pink paisley. And I've tied the album shut with this floral ribbon from the ribbon pack in Turn the Page. And it is an accordion style album, which means I cut smooth white cardstock to 6 by 12 inches, folded each of those into 4-inch sections, so you get 3 pieces or 3 sections per spread, and then I attached 6 of them together to create the world's largest accordion mini album. Seriously, if I were to spread this thing out, it just keeps going. So I'll just flip through it spread by spread. The cover is, I stitched through one of the papers and turned the page. It's just, here I'll move the threads aside so you can see. I stitched the same color of thread on top. And then I created the title from the thickers and mini alphabet stickers in the sticker book and stitched through them so that they stay in place forever. And I also machine stitched around the edges so that the threads won't come out. I will just flip through and explain things as we go along. I had a really hard time narrowing down the photos. That's why this album is so big. And on each spread, there's a full-sized photo or 2 by 2 pictures. So we'll get to those. So here's the full-size photo, stamped the date on one of the labels in the journaling cards pack. And on this spread, I stamped the leaves from the layerable stamp set and then typed and printed my journaling on this floral die cut. The next spread, full-size photo, typed and printed journaling. This is a piece of scalloped washi tape, and this is actually an insert. It's not part of the accordion album, but I found this photo as I was almost done and I really wanted to add it. So what I did is I trimmed this paper and attached the photo to the back and then added it with washi tape on both sides and stitched it in place. There's a little bit of white acrylic paint topped with a butterfly die cut and some tangled thread. So yes, here's the full-size photo, just making a silly peace sign. And then, like Stephanie Reed loves to do, she's on my design team, there is a frame of sequins. These are also from Turn the Page. Pretty much everything is from Turn the Page unless otherwise mentioned. Like, obviously the pen isn't from Turn the Page, it's just from American Crafts. Anyway, so yes, stitched sequins all around and then a few embellishments. The next spread, I made these floral die cuts, not floral die cuts, but floral embellishments while staying at my parents' house when we first moved back. And I didn't have an immediate plan for them, but they fit perfectly right here. It says, interesting fact, only 30 people live on the island full time. Crazy, huh? All this photo has is a banner, paper clip, and it's good to go. Next spread, so these are all 2 by 2 photos, and then if they weren't just glued right down, I attached with washi tape, and then they lift up so you can read the caption below. There are a few butterflies from different mediums, paper, puffy, chipboard. On this spread, I fussy cut all these sentiments from the 6 by 6 paper pad, so they do have a gold foil, if you can see that. And then this photo, I copied and pasted some text from my blog where we did the blog post recap of the day, and then printed it out, trimmed it, and adhered it in place. Next spread is no photo. I think that's where this photo, the photo that I inserted, was supposed to go, but it must have slipped out while I was creating the album. Anyway, so I used the wood veneer from Turn the Page and stitched around each one, left a few of the spaces blank so that I could add handwritten journaling. Next spread, more 2 by 2 photos. Seriously, I had such a hard time narrowing down the photos that there are 3 spreads like this with 2 by 2 photos. In between each row and column, I actually machine stitched super thin pieces of pattern paper, and then I created a sentiment that says, embrace the moments. All right, so not done yet. We're actually only halfway done. My dilemma at the beginning was I had a lot of vertical photos that I wanted to share, but I also had a lot of horizontal full-sized photos. So this back page makes a nice segue into the horizontal. So I chose a stained glass kind of looking design to mimic this stained glass photo right here. And then we come to the horizontal side. So open it up and it says straight from Tangled. So I used all the kinds of alphabet thickers and stickers and turned the page, and then cut this floral die cut in half, put it on the top and bottom. The next spread uses the 2x2 paper pad, so I actually trimmed them just a little bit smaller and then folded a piece of each ribbon into a bow. This ribbon, since there's only 5 and I had 6 squares, is another piece of this ribbon just turned inside out. So you can see on the other side it's got the color. Full-size photo with typed journaling. I like mixing typed and handwritten journaling in my mini albums. And then just some embellishments. I also rounded the corners of every spread so that they wouldn't get bent or ripped or torn with all the handling that it's going to get. So this is the back side of that wood veneer spread, and very similar. I just added a little embellishment in each section and then journaled in the largest one. Jane is obsessed with hugging animal statues. It's so funny. I really do need to make a collage with all the photos of her hugging animals. She is so cute. Here is the last 2x2 photo spread. Most of them lift up to reveal a little caption or something about what's going on inside the photo. And I just used the washi tape from Turn the Page to attach it front and back. Even on the top, there's more too. On this spread, so I made a banner for my sister, and these are the papers that she chose, and I just love the colors from the papers she chose, so I used the leftover bits to make these banners, punched circles and folded them over pieces of white string. And then there's a mixed media background. If you can see, it's white paint with watercolors using the packaging technique. And then I journaled just with a pencil above the banners. Nothing done to this photo. I might go in and add something, but as of now I think it's fine just as is. Same with this spread, just left the photo because I think there's a lot going on at the bottom. So at this point we don't have our household goods yet, which means all of our stuff. It's still in transit from Germany to here. Good news though is it's getting delivered this week. When this video goes up, it's getting delivered. However, I didn't have my ink stamps, my ink pads. I didn't have my ink pads when I was doing this stamping, so instead I used watercolors, and I actually really like the effect that watercolors have. It's kind of like messy and imperfect, and I like the transparency, so I may be using watercolors to stamp more often. And if you can see, there's the dotted texture butterfly stamp on top of a few of them, and those are from the layerable stamps in Turn the Page. Typed and printed journaling. And the very last spread, these are the clouds from my newly debuted silhouette shop. What am I trying to say? I just opened up, or I just was invited to have my designs on the Silhouette store, so you can find these there. I will leave a link below. And so I die cut the clouds, and before peeling them off the mat, I added watercolors. Then once they were dry, I added them here to the top spread. This is like a magical white pen, I tell you, because it can write on any surface pretty much. So I used the white pen to write on this photo. I always like using the family photo as one of the last pages just to commemorate the whole adventure. And that, my friends, is this album. I hope you are inspired to make an accordion mini album using Turn the Page. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.